我哋喺呢個站落車，而家去緊巴士的士站。
Just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but it get too shy. Just me and you. What should I do? I used to be so quiet, like a flower on the wall, and everything around you made me feel like I was small. But then you said my name. Now it feels so strange. I've been waiting, oh so patient. Now the colors on my room are changing. Oh God, this feels amazing. Starting now.
我哋嚟咗巴士底市集，佢叫咗少少生蠔嚟食。
You smile and it feels so good. I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand.
酸得完全冇腥味嘅，但係唔多咯，即係海水味係重少少咯。試下個螺嘅原味先，因為上次食咧好似係有少唔係呢間啦，係有少鹽啊鹹嘅味。我覺得連呢個叉叉醬咧係好夾嗰成件事，但係我之前係唔會咁樣試呢個方法嘅咯。
The both of us, who knew how fast things became? Now it
嚟到法國，我其中一個想嚟嘅就係小皇宮。小皇宮咧，好似仲係而家係免費嘅咯。跟住，但係入邊嗰啲畫應該係我比較中意嗰啲，而家就入去睇下啦。
I was slipping down the sidewalk, summer after college.
佢上宮咧好靚，佢同之前睇嗰啲係有少少唔同嘅，佢係比較即係佢唔係嗰種好金碧輝煌嗰種，但係又好有優雅嘅氣派。
But I'm the boy that she was trying to blow up. Cause she wants a guy that has a bad boy reputation. I don't wanna ruin my vacation by falling in love. But you're calling my
嗰條柱即係佢嗰幅畫嘅一個條柱嘅陰影位同埋光位之間做得幾好，哇！真係大師級。
disco cooling, two-step like they do in all those movies. Just you like Tom Cruise, and two-step like they do it. Two-step like they do in those movies. Let's get moving.
嚟到奧賽博物館。我哋今日又嚟咗巴黎鐵塔啦，因為咧琴日落雨，所以天氣冇咁好。我哋今日咧就再嚟多次，同埋去一啲比較打卡地點去影下相。
you might even want
Paris
I can't deny.
呢個就係夏有宮嘅景，陽光好好。而家 家應該係8點幾，應該啱啱好，有陣時候有啲陽光照落嚟幾靚。
Waves fell asleep. Know what I should have. God knows my way, but now I am sure. If I spend all my days searching for you,
超多人。
Run, Forrest, run, Forrest. Don't look back until you go for it. Jenny, I'm good for you, good for you. But you won't love conversation, this communication on my part.
呢個係夜晚黑嘅鐵塔。
Tell me what you say. Run, Forrest, run, Forrest, run, Forrest. Don't look back until you go for it, go for it. Screaming out, Jenny, I'm good for you, good for you. But you
閃燈啊！而家係11:01，終於開始閃燈啦！
right now, surely this tainted oasis won't break into my fever. Whether it's right now or later, I just need to hear.
今日係我哋喺法國旅行嘅第6日啦。咁我哋今日呢，首先就會去咗凱旋門去影下相先，跟住就會去香榭麗舍大道嗰度行下，然之後呢，就可能再周圍食下嘢啊，食下啲法國嘅甜品啊，跟住就去一間我想去嘅一間賣嗰啲飾品賣嗰啲裝飾品嘅店啦，就係咁樣啦。我哋而家出發啦！
We're headed straight for memory lane. Though I just met you, I see possible pictures.
去到我哋第一個景點凱旋門啦。一陣間呢，我哋可能會上埋去，即係可能要行200幾級樓梯上埋去呢個最頂點嗰度影相。我會加油。我哋而家喺度影完相之後呢，落個 subway 呢，就可以過到對面啦。
Ooh, this might be good. Ooh.
而家我哋上緊凱旋門嘅樓梯。
I'm hoping for a quality man to soak my sweet lover. I could cook up some games with me. You're my favorite preoccupation. You got me gushing.
應該會買一個呢個，因為係奧運2024喺巴黎。哇！好晒！我哋而家上咗嚟凱旋門嘅天台，啱啱行咗一條好長嘅，其實都唔係好攰嘅樓梯，即係本身以為200幾級樓梯會好難，但係冇想象中咁難。鐵塔。
I've had this fear of serious notions. My heart's been stretched too far.
我哋而家去咗香榭里舍大道嘅其中一間餐廳度食嘢啦。因為我哋冇事前咧搜集到啦，即係一見到咧就入咗嚟啦。咁我就試下好唔好食啦，再同大家講下。然後我哋咧就喺凱旋門嘅正中間嗰度食嘢啦。一開始食落去咧係我覺得幾夠味嘅，但係真係食咗面頭嗰陣之後咧就好似唔太多味。我哋啱啱叫咗 medium rare 嘅牛扒。我哋仲叫咗一個係雲吞啦，但係我覺得個雲吞係幾好食嘅喎。我覺得比起牛扒啊嗰啲，好似呢個係我最中意食嘅。我哋啱啱買咗一盒8個嘅macaron， 然後其實我都唔好知我叫咗咩味，我就睇個顏色，所以就係啦。但係有試過開心果味。我哋咧就買咗8粒嘅 macaron 啦，咁我就叫咗呢2粒嘅，因為我哋咧第一陣間仲要食第2間，所以就少少咁食啦。我本身唔係太中意食杏仁，但我揀用咗，但係都幾好食嘅。我就叫咗其中即係呢3隻咧都係 signature 嚟嘅，咁我就叫咗呢一隻，都係唔好知佢係咩，幾好味喎呢隻。如果呢2間比較嘅話，呢間雖然佢個皮冇咁一咬落去好脆啦，但係我想講我中意食呢間多啲咯。我記得佢有其中一個係雲呢拿嚟嘅，跟住我就唔係好記得啦。但係呢個無論係入邊咧同埋出邊，我都係中意呢個食呢個咯。而家嚟到我想去嘅嗰條街，呢度係佢哋入邊嘅鋪頭。而家入去我之前喺 YouTube 度睇到一間幾想去嘅鋪頭度。我見到我想去嗰間鋪頭啦。啲溫度計都幾靚。 修復緊啲畫。而家咧，我哋去咗個超級市場度，跟住咧，我去咗朱古力奶嗰邊，因為咧，我好想飲一個法國朱古力奶啦，但係咧，因為我哋趕唔切去 Angelina 嗰間飲朱古力奶嘅餐廳啦，所以就而家係買一杯蜜一支，彌補翻我呢個少少嘅遺憾。我買咗一支，跟住咧順便就買咗包薯片。我哋本身咧諗住返酒店附近咧去揾嘢食啦，但係咧我哋行緊去行緊去 Metro 嘅時候咧，就見到一間餐廳，就係呢間餐廳咧都好似唔錯，跟住就入咗嚟準備食嘢啦。嚟咗啦！呢個雲吞。我啱啱影相嘅時候咧，已經覺得好香咯，不停飄嗰種芝士味過嚟。好食，好香芝士味啊！好好食啊！呢個真係好好食，佢啲芝士味咧好濃咯，同埋咧佢啲雲吞咧，因為係應該焗過嚟啊，所以佢上到咧脆脆地啊，再加佢啲芝士係有啲濃稠結結地咁樣，跟住啲汁掛晒上去，我覺得好好食啊！呢個係 Ravioli， 呢個一定要試下。呢個塔塔好好食，然後成個汁咧撈得好好咯，再加埋啲蛋咧係好 smooth 咯成件事。即係我哋聽日就翻去就去威尼斯啦，因為係我覺得喺法國咁多餐嚟講係最好食嘅一餐。我哋叫咗3個甜品。
Un baba pour deux. On dirait un titre de film. La 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 la. He wrote the song here at the entrance. Here you are in the coffee of the theater Le Vaudeville. The theater was behind this wall and was totally destroyed by Napoleon and Osman. This place exists since 1837, but everything was destroyed at the First World War, and they rebuilt, as you see, in the 1980. Voilà.
Thank you.
Bye.
最後我哋叫咗個叫 Profiterole 嘅甜品，好大個。佢唔會好甜咯，我以為朱古力會比較甜，但係佢中和咗成件事係幾好食，連埋啲雪糕，因為入邊咧呢啲係雪糕嚟。